everybody, welcome to Bass and Bonsai. Today we need to remove some wire. This video is will explain, if you don't know, when do I remove the wire. Once I have figured out that I've watched Bass and Bonsai videos enough that I feel confident to wire my tree. Charlie, when do I take the wire off? Well, I'm going to tell you way before I do, because I've dropped the ball on all of these guys right here. I was going through and looking around and realized that, wow, some of these, the wire's digging in. You do not want it to dig into, you don't want, it's not really digging in. What's happening is the branches or the trunk is growing beyond the size of the wire that's wrapped around it. It starts digging into that bark. You don't want that. All of these trees already have that going on, so I'm going to get in here today and get all that cut off. And I thought I'd just let you guys know that there's not really a time. It's just when it gets to that point. What I found out, there's a couple trees I missed from last year. I thought I had all that wire off, so I found those, but I was looking, some of these trees, I just did the beginning of this summer. Summer's not all the way over. It's not even the 21st yet, the end of summer, and there's already some of these trees that needs the wire removed in spots. It's had so much good growth. I finally, I guess, figured out how to keep some of these guys alive that it's already digging in and I need to get the wire removed. So I'll show you in here kind of close-ups on which ones, and we'll probably take a look at them when I get done, that kind of thing. So buckle up, hang on, wish me luck, wish these guys luck more than me, and let's take a look. All right, now this guy I did miss. This was like last year before it started getting cold, and you can see how that's digging in? Like right here, it's just starting to, and that would be fine, but there's certain spots in here where it is dug in and it's already kind of gouging and shaping the tree wrong. Then this guy here is also another one I missed. Whoa, let's get in there. See that? That's way too long. I'm gonna have to, it's gonna be hard to get in there and get those out, but you got to do it as soon as you notice it, and I just spotted it. Now this guy, I don't remember if this is from last year or not, but he's got some spots. So I'm gonna take all the wire off that little guy, all those, and where the, okay, now these though, this one you guys might remember, it wasn't long at all. This wasn't just a few months back, if I remember right, and it's already, see that? How it's gouging in? And it's really only, this branch seems fine. It's this top one I picked for the apex is growing, I guess, awesome. The problem is I didn't catch it, and I got to get that off. And that should be fine once it does, hopefully that'll grow out. And there's also this little guy I did not that many months ago. I'll try to show you. See how that is cutting in big time? So I got to get that one off. This one the same way. I did this one not that long. This one may be a little longer than the others, and it doesn't seem to be as bad as the other. For some reason I have like 2 or 3 that have had crazy growth. This guy's about the right time. See where it's just starting to dig in spots. Need to get that wire off. And then this one, I want to say I did a while back too, but see how it's almost totally messed that spot there completely up. So I'm gonna get the wire off all of these trees, and we'll come back and take a look at the holes and gouges and see what we think, how that's gonna heal back up. Let's do it. And I'll show you real quick on all of these. It's the same process, but you are gonna just come in here where you can get the cutters in without cutting into the bark. You're going to make a cut, and then when you get to a spot like say this one here, and you can't really get the cutters in there without getting into the bark, you're going to have to cut somewhere, say up in here, and then you will have to unwrap to a certain extent. Ideally you want to just go around cutting about every wrap or every other wrap and just let it fall off. But when it gets like this, you got to go at it a little differently. Alright, I'm losing daylight. I got all the wire off. You can make out this guy has some gouges in it. Hopefully he grows out. Let me trade places with another one here. This one I just did before it, and you can make out a few spots that it dug in. I'll try to show you over here. Now we have quite a few right here, but hopefully in another season or so those will hopefully smooth out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably look at these guys over the next day or so. This one too. See, we got a few gouges on that one. I think there wasn't much on it. That's probably the worst one, and I think that'll be all right. Now I'll show you this big one. This is the one I can't believe is already had that crazy growth to where it dug in. It seems like just yesterday in my mind. I just did this one a month or so ago, and it's already needed wired, so the wire cut off. So anyway, as I'm running out of daylight, I guess I'll show you. There's just a couple more. This guy here. See the spot there. I mean, there's a few spots in him, and this one is a young tree, and it'll probably grow to a point where you can't even tell. And this, probably out of the bunch, this is my favorite of them. This one's a cool tree. We had some gouging. That's the worst one, but that'll kind of come out looking cool, I think. You won't be able to tell it's a gouge. It'll just look like a knot or something. Now, I have figured out that this tree looks cool, but man, I don't know what I was thinking with this. I left this crazy big huge monster branch out here that should have been cut way back in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to observe these trees over the next day or so, make sure, you know, if well, possibly some of this stuff could die off if I move something or whatever, but I may do a restyling on one here and there and go in and wire back up. Like this one, I'm tempted to put some thicker wire on, bring this up, cut off some of this big bulkier branching because they're potted up. I can do a little styling that, you know, not take off a lot of foliage. We're kind of at the end of the growing season. Don't go crazy, but I can do some stuff to these trees. Alright guys, hope you liked that quick video on when to take your wire off. Did you get the idea now? Watch it. I'd recommend, like on these little guys, I didn't do because I have a bunch of trees all over here, and I go bass fishing. Well, you guys, do you think I'm not the most responsible person you've ever met? Probably not. But check your trees monthly. Once you wire them, check them month to month, and just as soon as that wire looks like it may be, you know, indenting into that bark, unwire them, wire them again if it doesn't hold and you want it to, you know, have to put it back where it needs to be, rewire it, and do it that way. So they recommend to wrap your wire real tight, which I also recommend, and then as you're twisting it to where it holds tight. But sometimes in certain things you can actually wire it a little loose and you don't have that problem with it cutting in. Like all of these I wired pretty tight, and that's, you see what happened. I'm not saying don't wire tight, but under certain circumstances I'm gonna probably start wiring a little bit looser. Anyway guys, hope you liked this video. Wish these trees luck. Hit the like button. It's down there somewhere. Like, gives it a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel. There's a little bell on the side. You click that. Every time I put a video out, you'll be one of the first ones to know about it and watch that video. You want to watch Bass and Bonsai videos, right? So anyway guys, like always, thank you very much for watching. Now get out of here and go Bass and Bonsai.